Hello everybody and welcome to my coloring corner. You have been here before. If not, my name is Renee and we are going to be finishing this page off today and working a little bit on this page. The gelatos and King Art has dried and hopefully we won't pick it up with the gouache. So we're going to be doing the gouache on this page and we'll be doing coloring on this page. So let's get started on the gouache part and hopefully we don't stick our hand in it later. I'm going to zoom you all in. Alright, because we're going to be working on well, let's start at the top first. So we're going to work on the clouds. We'll work our way down so that we're not sticking our hands into things. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Kim. Hello, Joyce. I ended up being behind on things, so I had to go a little bit later. This is not my normal time on Sundays. My normal time on Sundays is at 2 o'clock. However, because I got behind on things, I decided to go a little bit later. Hello, Noelle. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Angela. Hello, everybody out there in Lurker Land. I appreciate y'all being here. Alright, so we're just going to put some of this gouache on our palette. And we're going to get our brush. And we're going to mix it up because it's a little gloopy. We don't want gloopy. There, that's better. That's better. Don't want it gloopy, we just want it to be white. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up at the top. I know I've got a lot of paint on this brush, so I'm going to bring it down. And grab a little tiny bit of water on it. A little bit thinner than that. That's better. I'm going to go right over the birds. I'll come back through with a pencil and put the birds back in. But we want the top of that cloud to be white. Watching the hummingbirds. like I said, we'll come back through and we'll put the birds back in. We'll also put any lines back in that I go over. We're going to put those back in with a dark gray. The gray that I put down is going to show through, giving it that gray kind of cloudy look. I am using a white gouache to do the clouds and the foam on the water. Now this is over the King Art gel stick, and I did let it dry overnight so that it wouldn't reactivate. The gel sticks, once they are dried out, they don't reactivate as much as if they were first put down. If you have them really thick on the page, they will reactivate. However, if you have them fairly thin, like I do, they should not reactivate. Yeah. No, I've already done the testing on this part. I have made that mistake before, um, and have learned from it. And that's why I didn't do this yesterday when I finished with the King Art and the gouache, because I didn't want it to reactivate or activate. Not even reactivate, just activate. I did do some painting yesterday after stream. I did take some watercolor and start a page in one of Christine Caron's artist books. I also colored Hey Hey in Kevin Teo's book, just for something to do. And I'm using the gouache fairly thick. I'm not putting a whole lot of water in it. So that I get those heavier white areas. Thank you, Dawn. All right, and there's our clouds. We're gonna let those dry. And then I'm gonna clean this brush a bit. Leave that sit. And we're going to take a smaller brush. And we're just going so the difference between gouache and acrylic is gouache you can water down a little bit so that it flows easier. Um, Acrylic, you can't really water it down because oil and water, you know. But with the gouache, you can water it down so that it just moves a little bit easier. Compared to watercolor, it is more opaque. So you can get those lines better. It looks like I need a thinner paintbrush. So just give me a second here. I'm going to grab a different paintbrush. I need a smaller one. I was hoping that one was going to be small enough, but it's not. Better. So this is Winsor and Newton. The one I'm using right now is Winsor and Newton. I also have the pan gouache as well as another white one from Holbein. That's better. Yeah, every time I try to do that, it goes all gummy. I have never had any luck putting water in acrylic paint. I don't know why. With gouache, no problem, but with my acrylic paint, it just does not like it for me. I thought it was just the paint, but it seems it's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not using enough water. Like I said, I thought it was just the paint. Didn't like it, so I didn't do it. Yeah, it could be the brand too. I don't buy a lot of expensive or high profile acrylic paints because I don't use it very often. So it may have just been the brand that I was using. It was probably some no-name brand that I had found a deal on. Hello, Allison. Happy Sunday. Yes, you should be able to add more water to it and reactivate it. Right now I'm just going through and adding some air lines to the water swirls with the white, just giving it some contrast. Hello, Shannon. Yeah, I have not had a huge success with it. The only thing that I've really had any success with gouache so far is with the white. Just saying. I don't do paint well, so I do have a whole bucket of gouache that I do need to learn how to use because I bought it, so I might as well use it, and I still have not figured it out. So you're not alone there, Kim, not alone. Welcome back. Hello, Nana. Happy Sunday. Hi, Kim. Thank you. Yeah, it's hot here. It's not as hot as it was yesterday, but it's still pretty hot here. Yesterday it was very hot. It's okay. I knew what you meant. You can spell my name wrong. It's okay. 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 Now that's done. Now we're going to take this one. Sorry. Not concentrating on little spots and didn't move the book. Sorry. Aw, that's awesome. I hope you had a good time with them, Kim. Hello, Mama Mona. Oh, hi, Sue. Did you sneak in? Did I miss you? Oh, you're listening while you're driving home from work. Okay, well, be careful. All right. I think that's about it for the gouache. So I'm just going to rinse that off. I'll wash those in a bit. So now we're going to go up to the very top here and we're going to take our dark gray. I'm going to turn the book so that I can get into these areas here. So, let's not put our hand in things. Like so. And then we're going to take a little bit of yellow. Put that into that cloud. And we're going to take the black. As soon as I can find the black. those back in. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to come back through with the yellow. And then the gray. There. Alright, and then we're going to zoom it out so you can see what it looks like all together there. Have a great day, Dawn. Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right, so there's that side done. Now we're going to move back into this side. So I'm going to zoom you back in. Move you back up. Like so. Thank you, Angela.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay, I didn't ask you to, but okay. My friendly little dot is talking to me, so. All right. So let's do the drink. I'm going to start with the saffron. For the label here. Well, it's not even the label, it's the liquid inside, which is lemonade. But around the edges I want it to be darker. And then yellow. And that one. And then goldenrod. And then the glass. Yep, definitely Bailey's would be a good thing to put in the glass, yes. And then we're going to come through with the turquoise. And yellow. And saffron. And goldenrod. And then we have our lemon. Yeah, I don't know about putting that in lemonade, but yeah, definitely a thing of Bailey's is always a good thing. Alright, now we're going to grab there it is. So this is the silver. And black. And we're going to do the straw. And let's do the straw pink. Just for the fun of it. So this is light salmon. And then magenta. Like so. Alright. Then we got a coloring book. And do the road. tree. And apples. So I use cranberry for the apples on the tree, and I am using emerald for the tree colors. And I'm going to come in with this one. Welcome back, Kim. I come in with some jade green. Oh my goodness. You got the puppy, did you? Now, is this a puppy that's staying, or is this just a puppy that you're housing for a little while? Shannon. All right, and then it's not staying for a while. You're not keeping it. Just babysitting. Okay. How are the other puppies taking you babysitting? How are your dogs taking it? They aren't impressed. Yes, I can understand that. Hello, Bonnie. Long time no see. Hello, Bob. Yeah, right now here it's 94. So that is magenta, and then we're going to do this one here, which is red. Yeah, it's not that cool here. Oh my goodness, Bonnie, I hope you're done. Hopefully it doesn't get knocked over by any storms or anything. We have to do that at some point here soon, but can't really afford it right now, so. All right. So there is our coloring book and crayon, or pencil crayons. Now we're going to do the sunscreen. So that is yellow orange. And then we're going to use saffron. Good afternoon, Catherine. And then goldenrod. All right, and there is our sunscreen. Now let's do the beachy bowl. Let's start with yeah, let's start with peacock. Oh wow, Bonnie, that is a long time to have a stove. It did really well lasting that long. I've had newer ones do that quicker. I hope you enjoy your new stove. I still want my grandmother's stove. I love that stove. I'd never remember how to use it, but it was so pretty. Alright, and then I'm going to take the goldenrod and the red. Nightpot's being pushy again. Yeah, I do that all the time. Especially if Bob's out in the garage listening to one of his YouTube streams. He'll be out there in the garage with his earbuds in, and I don't notice that he's got the earbuds in, and I'll be talking away, and he can't hear a word I'm saying. Now we're not going to get too much more done on this one. I think we'll get the bicycle. So I am going to end today at 4 like normal, even though I did start later, just because I've got a bunch of laundry left to do and I have to figure out what to do for dinner. But I think we'll get this ball and maybe the bicycle done. And then we'll finish this page next weekend. Did you guys want to see what I did in Discord yesterday after stream? Because we did hang out in Discord for a little while. Catherine had a couple of questions about coloring on smooth paper, so we did hang out for a little while, and I did a little bit of coloring and a little bit of painting. All right. Catherine had a question. So below the video here is a link to the Discord channel. Otherwise, after stream, I can also send you a link on Instagram. But below the video here, or you can do !point Discord, and I do believe it'll give you a link as well in the chat. Yeah, message me if it doesn't work. We do have live chat rooms. If you don't see anybody in there, pop in there. Somebody will show up sooner or later. If it's during a time that I'm working, probably not me, but I have been trying to go in there a little bit more at the end of the week, but we always have a live hangout on Thursdays that I am always at. All right. Well, since we've only got 15 minutes left, I am going to leave this page as it is. I'm going to zoom you out so you can see what we've done so far. Okay, so we finished up this page. This page is done. And we'll be continuing on with this page next weekend. So what I'll probably come in and do is, if possible, I'll come in and do some gouache or some cover work. So anywhere that I'm going to put large amounts of color in one place, I'll come in and do that. Like through here where I'm going to put in that blue-green color, that sort of thing. I'll come in and do that. But that one page is done. And she had snot paper. She definitely had snot paper. So because Kevin Teo's books are snot paper, I did use the same pencils and showed her different techniques on how to color on snot paper when I colored Hey Hey. Welcome home. Thank you. So I colored Hey Hey on snot paper using the pencils that uh, Catherine was having difficulties with. Showed her different ways to work with them. Um, and then I got brave and started painting. And this is done with watercolor. It's got more work to do on it. I've got to put more shadow here. You know, it's got more work. Yeah, the Marco tributes. So I did Hey Hey and I did this one. This is with the Gambi, the Gambi paint set that I have. And I think it looks like garbage, but we'll figure it out. It is the paper is doing well in that one, so we'll see how well it does. So that is what I did yesterday after stream. All right, so there's half the page done. This is a 2-page spread, so we'll be continuing on with this page next weekend and hopefully get that done, and then it will be finished. All right, guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for coming and hanging out. I know it's a little bit early, but I've got laundry to fold and dinner to make. So I will see you all next Saturday. Of course, if you do join us over in the Discord, you're welcome to do so. Just going to grab this pencil. So I'm going to grab Peacock, and I'm actually going to fill in a couple of these water drops here as well. Forgot to do the water drops, so let's do those while we're here. And the bubbles. There we go. All right, that's better. All right, everyone. Thank you all very much for coming and hanging out. Until next time, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And of course, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye bye for now.